We are back here on Girl Talk. We are with my friend Michelle Taylor here at
Hello.
Birdie James, and it is a fantastic day. We're talking about local things, local life, local style, local high fashion.
Yes.
And when I walk in, because I've always planned my outfit really carefully, and I'm like, oh. So I have to say there's nothing better than feeling a bit high style.
Yeah.
And I oftentimes am not comfortable with that. So one of the things that I enjoy talking to you about is how to achieve high fashion, how to look the best, but also be comfortable.
Right. And this, you're doing it again in Birdie James collection, which is awesome. And it's a pantsuit, another onesie.
It's a onesie.
But it's got that sort of cross, almost like a wrap front, like Diane von Furstenberg does really well, the wrap dress, but it's in a pantsuit, and it's got a little tie around the waist. Full coverage on the sleeve. It's really great for an event.
Oh, I am really excited.
Or just about town, yeah.
Well, we've got events coming up in this autumn, and one that you're really excited about.
I'm very excited. This weekend, everyone knows I love high fashion, and so I have the opportunity to work with Mark and Lisa's staff on a photo shoot styling Justice Mellencamp. I'm thrilled about it.
Yes.
She is so adorable. She's so teeny tiny, and what I love about this is that, in my opinion, that she's the perfect subject for a high fashion shoot because we're going to be able to be playful. She's so petite and dainty and really feminine. So we're going to be able to play up with, I found this great pair of black high tops with silver studs.
Oh, they're fantastic.
So, pairing that with something that's really unexpected, like a sequins romper or lace or something that's really kind of the opposite side of the spectrum. That's the type of magazine I really love being a part of. It reminds me of, September. You get the stack of magazines. They're all this thick.
Right,
and it's all these high fashion shoots and all the trends.
Yes, it's
fantastic. And so it's going to debut in the October issue of new magazine, Local Life, which I'm really excited about.
And I think, again, high fashion in today's world is age defiant. If anything, I think that I see more and more. I was looking at it the other day in the new Vogue, and I was looking at the, instead of everyone looking 20 or 16 or 14, I saw what I would call more mature looking models too.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we're seeing a lot of also are plus size. You're seeing that more on the runway. You're seeing it everywhere where there's fuller figured women. No one's ashamed any longer to hide that. It's not just these stick thing.
Body positive.
Yeah, women. And we're seeing that also in Ripley Raider has now gone into plus size.
Interesting.
Which I love to see. It's one of the only lines that we have that has gone that far. So you're talking, 2X, 3X. So these women are now in a very similar onesie, a really full figured, confident woman in a onesie like this.
Well, I
it's
think
pretty
what
neat.
surprises me is the clothes that I've tried on here are flattering.
Yeah.
And I think some of it is, I don't know if it's just the gentleness of the fabric or the flow.
Well, that's on purpose because the fit is very important and the fabrics are very important. So, we talk a lot, when we talk about Crazy Larry pants and the up pants, anything in here really, it's about fit is so, so important. You can look 10 pounds overweight if you're not wearing the right size. But if we find the right size for you, forget about, is it a 4, is it a 12? If the 12 fits, it's gonna actually slim you more than the 8 is.
I see, that makes a lot of sense to me. Let me ask you what high fashion is. How do you actually define it? Because we've been talking about it, but I'm not sure, when I think of it as sophistication, but there's nuance to that.
Well, I see high fashion as being a risk taker. Something that's a little bit, for instance, I would consider this a little high fashion.
Yes.
Takes me back to, my mother told me this story one time that I've always loved. She went to leave with these 2 colors on. One was a mini skirt and one was a top, and my grandmother said, there's no way you're leaving the house in that.
I love it.
That's just too, probably high fashion.
What's funny,
I saw it and had to have it.
Oh, my prom dress was this with a purple base.
Yes.
Cut out applique flowers.
And that's color blocking. You talk about trends. This is what, this is the epitome of color blocking. One color on top, one on the bottom. And if you had that then with the purple on the bottom, the trends are on repeat. So
I wish they could see the bottom. Can you pull the background?
It's just a little bit of,
it's like a flow.
It reminds me of a tuxedo, like the old school tuxedo, tails.
Exactly.
So it hits a little bit, Right about the back of my knee, actually.
When someone talks about Birdie James and they've never been here, and we were just laughing because people are sneaking and peeking in the window.
In the window like that.
Yeah, exactly. How do you describe Birdie James to someone who might not have been in?
You know, that's interesting. I feel like that's changing for me a little bit because initially, you know, I want it to be an overall experience. So it's not just about coming in here and shopping. For me, it's about an overall experience, coming in, finding pieces that you feel like when you look in the mirror, you look good, you're gonna feel good, and it's gonna affect the rest of your life.
It's lifestyle dressing, I think.
Yes, so I want this to be, you know, we have big conversations in here. We have tough conversations in here sometimes. We're women, we like to get, you know, chat, we get chatty. And so I really think that if I were to describe it in a few words, it would be that we have pops of color, but we love a monochromatic look.
Correct.
We like to be in that kind of neutral playing field, and then we add in pops of color like this from Crosby.
We're not afraid to have our own opinion. We're not afraid to have our own point of view.
Right.
And it's funny.
Respectfully. Yes.
But it can translate into fashion too.
Right.
Because I think when you're dealing with neutrals, what sets neutrals apart is that accessory, that pop of color, that personality. And I think that's what you do so well, is allow us to be individuals.
And I really, really believe that when you find your own style, it actually becomes a way of life.
Yes.
It's about, you know, if you think about that woman, everyone has that person in their life. It could be a man too, where they've just got style. They've just got something about them, and chances are you view them in a fairly positive light.
I think you're exactly right. It's always fun to come here. It really is.
Thanks
You look
for coming.
fantastic. We want to thank all of you for joining us here at Birdie James on Girl Talk. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.